Yeti Yo! What's up, guys? Everybody, welcome to the Yeti Bros podcast. My name is Thomas, aka Toka. Over there, we got Chad, aka TeslaChad. Down there, we got the man, the myth, the legend, Darcen, the silver screener. Welcome to episode 5 of the Yeti Bros podcast.
Wakanda!
Wakanda forever. Yo, guys, what have you been playing this week? I know Chad's got a lot to say, so we're going to go with Darcen first.
Yes.
I actually have been very busy, so I've not played much of anything this week.
Oh.
I have only played a little bit of Bayonetta.
That's sad. That's a sad day.
Only a little bit.
Yeah.
Little sad boy Darcen. I've been playing Owlboy.
How is it?
Fantastic indie game. It's awesome. It's great. I almost finished it. It's like a game. I don't know, Chad, or you guys, if you heard of it. But it's like a indie game. It's supposed to be made like it was made on like the Sega Genesis.
It's been in development for a decade.
Yeah, it's crazy, but like it's worth it because it's a beautiful game. It's literally the most gorgeous I've ever seen, like in sprite wise. Like it's the most. It's got so many layers and like colors, and it's beautiful. It's a fantastic game.
It is gorgeous. How's the
really
gameplay though?
Great.
How's the
gameplay? It's really fun. It plays kind of like a twin stick shooter a little bit, where you fly around and like move around using the left stick, and then you're carrying somebody who has a gun in like the right stick, and you aim with that, and it's really well. All the puzzles. It's kind of like a Zelda-esque game where you go through temples and like solve puzzles and fight bosses. It's
when
really
when it releases physical on Switch, I'm gonna pick it up.
You tried impressing me the other day with it, and I was like,
lol. No. I'm gonna see when it comes out on the Switch now.
It already came out on the Switch. That's
out.
what I was playing it on.
No. What I'm saying is
Physical?
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, is it gonna be on physical?
Oh.
Yeah. I just said
Crap, I wish I
was
knew
gonna
that.
pick it up physical whenever it releases.
Sorry, I was distracted.
The other
I wish I
thing-
knew that. I would have done that.
Well, it releases much later. Physical.
Oh, see, yeah, that's another game that I actually
found it.
Like, I love Wonder Boy
It releases
and the Dragon's Curse.
It releases physical on May 29th, 2018.
That's kind of far away, yeah.
It is.
But there's another game that was released on the Switch. Like, it was like week 1 of the Switch when it came out. Wonder Boy, the Dragon's Curse.
Yeah.
One of my favorite indie games on the Switch, if not my favorite indie game. And it just released for like physical copy. And I'm like, oh man, I want the physical copy. But like, it's $40 as opposed to $20, and I would not have wanted to wait that long.
Are you gonna get it though?
Someday. I'm planning to actually. I want to own every single physical copy of every Switch game ever made.
Review every Switch
Every
game.
That's such a Thomas thing to say.
No, I'm gonna do that because like
buy every single Switch game.
I will because I know a lot of other YouTubers, and you guys think you're so funny.
You're the one who knows a lot of other YouTubers, though. You know lots of YouTubers.
No,
so
but no,
many YouTubers.
I know a lot of other YouTubers that
It's like 10.
Let me finish. I know like 10 other YouTubers, but like a lot of them, what they're doing is they own every single game on like a certain console. And I was like, I want to do that for one console. Which one do I want to do? And I was like, I love the Switch. I'm going to do the Switch. Yeah. I was thinking about doing like the GameCube, like owning every single GameCube game, but I love the Switch so much. I just want to, and I genuinely want to own like even the games that are like so bad, like the Troll and I want to own it on the Switch.
I thought about doing that with GameCube. I'm obsessed with GameCube. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Chad, what game have you been playing recently?
I wanted to add in real quick. I did play DJ Hero.
DJ Hero is a blast and a half.
It's actually pretty fun. I was expecting.
It's really fun.
I was half expecting it to be horrible, but it's actually pretty fun. Not as fun as Guitar Hero, but it's really fun.
Guitar
I would
Hero's
agree with
Bay.
that.
Yeah.
Guitar Hero is bae. DJ Hero though was so much fun. Like Chad, you don't know.
It's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird to get used to because it still kind of looks like Guitar Hero, even though it's not. But it is very interesting.
I'm gonna watch some walkthroughs or let's plays of it.
Yeah, it's actually really complicated. I would say it's harder than Guitar Hero because you're doing a lot of complicated stuff with both hands as opposed to just kind of one hand. I mean, you got to strum with the other hand in Guitar Hero, but it's not a lot of effort.
I understand. I feel.
Yeah, Chad, what have you been playing recently?
All right, guys. I just want to start this off with I've been playing the normal things as always. Destiny 2, Pokemon Go. That's it. But let's just say I hope that my girlfriend isn't watching this because I picked up a bunch of games today.
Oh no!
I
Is
went
that bad? Because
shopping.
is this like money wise that you don't want her to find out, or is this like
Yes.
she's like you like video games more than me?
Yes.
No, I do not want her to know that I've spent money on video games because
Oh, boy.
Hey Chad,
what?
how much money did you spend on video games?
Probably on $50.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Yeah, but
I was thinking you
shouldn't-
bought like a ton of like new releases,
Yeah,
and you were like,
I thought you were
spent
saying you
$400
just
on
bought
video
like.
games.
I thought you were saying you just bought like 4 $60 games or something.
No. I shouldn't be spending money at all. And if I hope she doesn't watch this, but if she is, I want to say I'm sorry. But
Allie, we're sorry. We're sorry,
first
Allie.
one is
Allie, it was my fault. I told him to do it.
thank
Let
you
the
for
man
covering
speak.
for me. All right,
I got your back, bro.
first one is a PS3 game I picked up for $7. It's called Inversion.
Oh, he has them. That looks like an interesting game.
It's a cover shooter, and I love cover shooters. I
It
love
looks like Inception.
Yeah, I love
the
cover
shooting.
shooters, and it's all about like commanding gravity. So like, you could like command gravity if you're just like regular like on the ground. But then if there's like buildings around, you could like go and like cover shoot on those and stuff, and your enemies fly up as well too. My brother played it once, and he said it was pretty fun, and I like cover shooters, so I think it would be really rad to play. Okay, so I got Inversion, $7. This next game, I got for $3 on the PlayStation 2. And it's 007, Quantum of Solace.
Oh.
Now, I want to say something about this. You're thinking, Chad, you're a PS3 guy. Why didn't you get this on PS3? Darcen, why aren't you paying attention?
Sorry, I remembered that I
Darcen.
needed to order DJ Hero.
You're
Oh my god.
all right. So I know
Was
what,
Chad not important to you?
Yeah, why
Wait,
not?
Chad, put the game down. Chad, put the game down. Yo, what games has Chad bought, Darcen? If you were a true Yeti bro, you would know.
Yeah, Darcen.
Okay, at least tell. What was the last game Chad told us about?
What, Destiny and Pokemon Go?
And then after that, he's just blanked out. All right.
Darcen, we're gonna kick you off the podcast. That's your second.
It's
strike.
fine.
One more strike. in your head.
Now
I'm sorry, I let
got-
you down.
007, Quantum of Solace on the PlayStation 2, and
Hear that, Darcen?
Darcen.
007.
Yeah,
Darcen.
yeah, I heard that. Quantum Solace. Chief.
I'm trying to get through this as fast as possible. Okay.
Okay.
But
I feel
I know you're
attacked
thinking,
over here.
Chad, you're a PS3 guy. Why aren't you picking it up on PS3? And I'll tell you why. Because this is a completely different version of the 007
Really?
Quantum of Solace game. The Xbox 360, I think PC and PS3 versions are first-person shooters. And I'm not much of a first-person shooter guy, but whenever it comes to Destiny 2, I make exceptions because I love it. But this is a third-person shooter. And I picked it up for $3. I think I'm gonna check it out. Daniel Craig, not my favorite Bond. Not at
I
all.
really like Daniel Craig.
Not at all. Don't like him.
Okay, I can't really speak on it because he's the only Bond I've seen. But
Oh, for
I think
real?
he's really good. Yeah.
I really like Pierce Brosnan. He's my favorite. So
He's a good one.
$3. I'm gonna check it out. Figured why not. Next one. All right, so this is gonna be really funny, and you guys are gonna make fun of me for this, but I also got this for $3, and I've seen some gameplay of it, and to be honest, it doesn't really look that bad. But
All right.
Ants Extreme Racing. And here's the thing: is
You're a sucker for racing games, Chad.
I do. I love kart racers, guys. I love kart racers. So I'll try out anything that looks sort of interesting. And for some reason, like a
Chad.
month ago, I saw some gameplay on it, but I never saw it like in real life at like a store.
I want to know
Hold
what
on.
part of the
I'm not
YouTube
finished
internet
yet.
are you?
I'm
Okay,
not
okay,
finished
okay.
yet.
If Chad was Thomas, he would be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna review every single kart racer ever."
Every single kart
Every
racer
single Ants
ever.
game ever.
See, like I don't even really like the Ants movies. Was there multiple? I didn't like that.
I think there were two, maybe.
Maybe I didn't like that movie that much. But
No, pretty bad.
But all the gameplay I've seen on it, it shows that like you're riding another animal, but that's not the case at all. All right, this is a case. Get it? Case. But I don't know if you
gotcha.
can see it on the back, but this is mainly what I've seen you
really
drive is
blurry.
like, okay, it's some sort of like car. It'll probably come up really good in the final version of this
yeah,
video.
it'll come
Yeah,
up really good.
but-
Yeah, but all the gameplay I've seen, you've been driving this little thing, and it looks like it has good speed, decent controls, and for $3 I picked it up. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Like I said, love kart racers. I'm going to review every kart racer ever that's ever existed forever. Now we're going on to
That's
the
my thing, Chad.
Now we're going on to the Wii games, okay?
Oh,
all right,
boy.
all right.
I love the Wii. I think the Wii has the most hidden gems ever of all time. Love collecting for it. And I've really been passionate about collecting lately for my collection. That's what you do. All right. So this game is called Rygar, the Battle for Argus.
Okay.
That looks dope.
Okay.
That looks interesting.
Here's the thing. It's like God of War.
I was going to say that he's got like a God of War look to him.
The thing
Looks
is,
really
is
cool.
right
Like,
before
at least the box art looks
God
cool.
of right before God of War released, there was a game called Rygar, The Legend Begins or something like that on PS2, and it was God of War before God of War. Like before God of War even like made the staple of that type of genre, that action, that style and stuff. The hack and slash type of style. Yeah. It was this game called Rygar is like The Legend Begins. It was PS2 exclusive, I'm pretty sure. That released 2 years before. But for some reason in like 2008, they made a port to this, but it was a different version with a different character. Just completely different character. And first off,
interesting.
Let's look at this character. This character looks badass.
He does. He really does.
Kind of cool.
And
looks really cool.
I know you guys probably can't see the back very well, but it's got big bosses.
Oh, I can see it.
I played around 30 minutes of it. It's really fun. The gameplay's really good. So whenever you think of an action game on the Wii, normally in combat, you think of just like swinging the Wiimote, right?
Yeah.
This is not it.
I guess
you attack with A and B.
Nice.
You don't do any motion controls, which I'm fine with, but the controls are really good. This is definitely a hidden gem so far I've played on it. It's very good, very much of a hidden gem. And I like a game more.
Do video on it?
If I get a good idea for it. For it. If I do want to do a top 10 Wii games and then like later on do a top 10 Wii hidden gems. So I will put that on there. I love hidden gems. This is my next Wii game. You guys ever heard of the Tenchu games? The stealth games?
Yeah, I've heard of the Tenchu games.
Okay, so they were really popular. The first two were really popular on the original PlayStation. There was one or two on the PS2. There was one that called Tenchu Z, which was sort of the last core entry. It was a Xbox launch exclusive, Xbox 360. And then there's this game, Tenchu Shadow Assassins. This released on the Wii and on the PSP. I played the PSP version. It's okay, but I like the Wii and I like hidden gems. And this is a very mature game. It's got really good stealth mechanics. You play as this guy up here who's a badass. He's got really cool like gray hair. And then this
I kind of want motion controls to be in that game. Like it looks like it'd be fun.
I played a little bit of it. I only played a little bit of it, and from what I've seen, there's not a lot of motion controls, but it's got really good stealth, really good camera, great controls. This is very good so far. I'd say this is a hidden gem, and I think that like mature, like rated games, there's a lot of really good mature rated games that a lot of people look over on the Wii. Because the Wii was a system that had a lot of shovelware. That and the DS probably had the most shovelware. So finding something really like gamer focused, that's what a lot of people didn't like about the Wii. It was more casual, which I understand. But finding like something on a more casual system or a system that's more focused towards casual players, finding something like this is really cool. And, the fact that it's really good. Published by Ubisoft, made by Ubisoft.
Interesting.
The people who own it and make it are From Software. They made the
Dark Souls.
From the same people who brought you rabbits.
They made they made the Xbox 360 launch exclusive Tenchu Z. So that Bloodborne 2 teaser that they showed off? Yeah. A lot of people are thinking that it's going to be a Tenchu. All right, I've got 2 games left, guys.
Okay.
Here's a story. He was a boy, she was a girl. You guys get that reference?
That sounds familiar.
He was a boy, she was a girl.
Yeah.
Is this like a rock game?
No, it's
Skate?
skater. He was a skater boy. She said, "See you later, boy." He wasn't. By Avril Lavigne. Nobody.
I've heard that, but I don't listen to Avril Lavigne. So.
Oh my God. All right. So this I was walking through Walmart. I only got this like an hour or 2 ago. I was walking through Walmart because Allie said we need baking sheets, and I said, "Yes, ma'am. I'll do anything because I love you. I'll do anything for it." And there was a bunch of sales on video games, random video games. And it's like they were like really big sales. So this says $6.88, but it was $4.
Yes!
Epic Mickey 2.
Can I play that with you?
It was $4. And
I want to do that so bad.
Play
like a let's play, like a co-op let's play.
it looks really fun.
Dude, did you play the first one?
No, but I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, I played the first one. It is really good.
Should I pick that up for the Wii? Is that a hidden gem?
I'd say it is.
I'll pick
It's not
that
a
up.
hidden gem because everybody kind of knows it's a good game. Like I don't think it's
really?
not
No.
hidden.
Well, see, I've never
You
really
would have
heard
known
of
it
it.
was a good game, Thomas. But you even were like, nah, that doesn't look like it's that good. But
No, I knew. I already knew about it though. Like
Sure.
like when you told me about it, I was like, oh yeah, I've heard Epic Mickey. It,
But
like, looks
still,
really
I
fun.
think people kind of dismiss it, even though it's really.
I
good game.
guess they do, but I don't know. I feel like it has a big enough cult following to not be considered a hidden gem. I guess
It's kind of like, oh, it's a Disney game type of thing.
Yeah.
Like it's sort of
But
written off that way, maybe. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, it has its flaws, but it's still a really solid game.
So $4 for this, what a steal, man! It
Right.
says pre-owned, but it doesn't look pre-owned at all. I think someone.
It's not.
Yeah. All right, here's the last one, and
The
this
Last
was
Airbender.
$10, and I'm gonna show it to you, and you're not gonna think it was $10, and it's ridiculous. This was $10.
Dude, nice.
Nintendo games
I
never go
want
on
they-
sale, and
they
they
don't
never
ever.
lose like value or anything. How
That's awesome.
how was this $10?
That's
like-
great. I mean, it's already $20 because it's the Nintendo Selects.
Yeah.
But $10 is still like half of that, so that's awesome.
The thing is I don't like the selects. I hate the way that these things look. You know, we talked
I
about
think
this.
they
befo-
look cool.
Yeah.
We talked about this before. I hate these editions. I want the regular version, so all my stuff is complete. But $10 for this. I played the original Pikmin for only like 10 minutes on the original GameCube. Man, what a great game! So I figured for $10, I would pick this up on the Wii U and check it out as soon as possible. Have you guys played this?
No,
Pikmin
I
has
love
never-
the Pikmin series, but I've never checked out Pikmin 3.
Yeah,
I'm very excited for Pikmin 4 is like rumored to be announced for the Switch this E3 because it's rumored it's been finished for like a year and a half already. They've just been waiting to release it, so I'm very excited.
Oh hell yeah!
Pikmin's never looked fun to me.
Darcen, you've
So-
never looked
Okay,
fun.
Darcen, here's the thing. I've always wanted to make a video about emulators. And back at my parents' house when I still lived there a while ago, I used the Dolphin emulator, which runs GameCube games and Wii games, but I only ran GameCube games because I was really starting to kick up my GameCube collection from my big shelf and trying to explore some new games. So I was trying out some ROMs, and I tried out Pikmin. I was like, it's here. It says it runs great. Why not? And I don't like anything that Pikmin offers, but I fell in love with it. It is charming. It is addicting. It is fun. It is colorful. It is like rewarding. And like I said, I only played 15, or I probably played around 30 minutes, but it is so good. It's for someone who like doesn't like it, like doesn't like anything that it like brings, like tactical, like isometric camera, like RTS type of thing. For someone who doesn't like that stuff and loved it, I think you should at least give it a shot if you ever see it on the cheap or something. Any of the Pikmin. I've only played the first one, like I said, but it's surprisingly really
know,
good.
Definitely, Darcen.
Every time I see it, it's like, personally, I think the art style is ugly and it just doesn't look fun. So
Darcen, I'm gonna make you play either one of the ones that's already out, or when they come up with Pikmin 4 for the Switch. Like I'm gonna make you play it with me.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking.
Also, hold
Darcen,
on. I have one more thing.
Oh my.
I called up my brother. My brother's like 13, and him and I talk about games all the time. Ukulele was there for PS4 for $10, and I said, "Hey, you want this?" And he's like, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, do you have $10?" And I paid for it, and then he gave me $10 afterwards. So that was a really good deal. Ukulele is one of my, I think it was my number 7 on my top 10 games of 2017. So definitely check that out. It was a good deal. Now that we're looking at it, guys, I spent around $50.
I think that's good.
I think it's a good deal.
Yeah, pretty good picks. I mean, to be completely honest. All right, actually, let me 7. All right, 10. I'm not going to count right now. I'm not good at counting. You guys talk about something, and then I'll count, because I feel like everyone's waiting on me.
Okay, Darcen,
right,
what is today's topic? Because Darcen actually is in charge of today's topic.
Yep.
Because I'm lazy.
All right. So it's funny that Chad brought up emulators because the topic for today is how do you feel about them?
Ooh, I'll talk about it for a while. Thomas, you better go first.
All right. Let's. I don't know. That's like I'm so used to like me coming up with the topics, and I'm like I've had it pre-thought out.
Yeah. It was $37. I spent $37.
So, sorry, my mom is asking a lot of questions, and I'm like, Mom, I'm doing video games. Okay.
My mom's texting me too.
Yeah, I know.
She says call my dad. I'm just like, I'm doing a podcast, Mom.
Yeah, I'm doing a podcast, Mom. On my club. Oh my goodness. Okay, so emulators. I don't know. I've always kind of thought of them in a negative light, just because like it is technically like illegal if you don't have the game, I guess, and like most of the people that use them. But I mean, I totally see why it would be a good thing, because like you were able to experience a ton of new games, because I know that's what Chad's gonna bring up, or what he always brings up, because people who like don't have all the money in the world, they can experience games for free and like kind of play a game on an emulator and be like, okay, I like this, and then go out and buy it. I've prepared to use an emulator once, but I've never really used one, because I was gonna use an emulator to emulate Game Boy Advance games for some Crash Bandicoot Game Boy Advance games I was going to review, but I went ahead and just bought the Game Boy Advance player for the GameCube.
You got that?
I did. I got it. It's awesome. I've used it already. Like I used it in my Mario Kart video for when I got gameplay for Mario Super Circuit, and I'm going to use it when I finally do my Crash Bandicoot Game Boy Advance games. It's awesome. It works really well.
It's pretty like decently priced for the under for like the thing that goes under.
The disc is so expensive though.
It's so expensive.
I paid like $60 to get the
disc cheapest one I found was like $55. It's like, I don't have the money for that. I don't need this right now, you know.
Yeah.
What was I doing? Shit. Oh, I didn't mean to curse. I'm sorry. You guys were talking. Continue.
Thomas, you were talking. You were saying.
I don't know if I have much more to say about emulators. I mean, it's cool that they can. I know, Darcen, like you emulated a lot growing up.
I mean, I used to, and then I learned. I'll talk about it when it's my turn. But yeah.
Darcen, I'm gonna take a while, so you better go if you want to get a word in edgewise. I'm very passionate. You better go. I'm telling you right now, baby.
Well, I emulated more when I was younger, a lot younger. Before I knew it was illegal, I just thought, I was like, hey, I can play old Nintendo games or like Game Boy Advance games. And then I discovered it was illegal unless you like actually had the physical copy of the game, right?
Is that the truth, or is that like a myth?
I mean, I've heard it from quite a few people.
I can look it up.
I've
got the computer right now.
I think it is. I mean, it makes sense that it's true, because
I don't know. I don't think does the government really care about
agree.
Emulators? Like
I've
never heard anybody being like arrested or like anything because like they're emulating
people
games.
Have been fined like a ton for emulating games.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, but like not really recently, right?
Not as recently, just because it's so much harder to catch people.
Yeah, I knew it used to be like a big thing back in the day, but like no one's made a stir about it for a very long time.
Yeah, and I mean, like right now I emulate Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories on my phone because I bought it and I was like, I want to be able to play it.
That's a big thing. A lot of people emulate Game Boy Advance games and stuff like that on their phone.
Yeah, just because it's
like there's this one kid.
It's really convenient just to you know, like instead of having a Game Boy with you, it's convenient. And
I can see that though. There's actually one of my first fans. His name's Lewis, and he's awesome.
Lewis, yeah,
I love Lewis. Talk to him all the time. But like that's kind of the only way he can play games. Like he emulates Game Boy Advance games and Game Boy games on his phone, and he plays them because he doesn't have a gaming console.
And his mom won't let him.
Yeah, his mom won't let him because his mom thinks it's like Satan.
I feel bad for him. Like, I feel bad. He, like, emulates N64 games on there, and, like, he's a really big Mega Man fan. His favorite game is Mega Man 7. Him and I have talked about that before, and I feel bad.
He loves Mega Man, yeah.
Yeah, I feel really bad, because that sucks, being so passionate about something like that, and being told no. You know, like, no, this is not what I believe, but, like, still being very passionate about it.
Yeah, I was actually, this past Christmas, I was going to... Wait. Sorry, I have somebody at my door.
Who is
What's up, sir? It's Serena. Everybody say hi to Serena.
Hi, Serena.
Wait.
Why are you crashing
come
the
into the camera
podcast?
like super quick.
Okay.
Come into the camera.
We
like,
can't
super
see
quick.
her.
We
Yeah, we
can't
can't
see.
see. You can't see her, but they will when we do the recording.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll be good. What's up, girl? How you doing? Okay, got
What's up,
it.
girl? What's up, girl? How you doing?
What's up, girl? Hey, how you doing?
Thomas,
How
I want
doing,
you
girl?
to talk like that to us for the rest of the podcast.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Yeti Bros podcast. How y'all doing?
Okay.
That's my new voice now. It's beautiful. Chloe, shh, you have to get out. It's podcast. It's podcast, guys. Guys, podcast is super. Serena, it's okay. You can stay. You're good. You're good. Chloe's a little baby.
No, Serena Lee.
No, leave. Leave. No, you're good. Okay.
Oh, did she take it seriously?
Yeah, she did. She's like, okay, bye.
That's how I would react too. It's like, oh, I'm sorry.
She's like, oh, I'm sorry. Like I was like, oh no, you're fine. And she's like, oh, okay. And then I was like, leave into the speaker, and she was like, oh.
people.
Yeah, now she's on Darcen.
Oh, I want to see.
Let her see Serena. Also,
Let her
yeah.
see
Wait.
Serena. I'm a boy.
Did you want to see
Chad,
her?
Are you sure?
I think she went upstairs.
Okay.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Thanks, Obama.
It's okay. Thanks, Obama. Have you seen that video where Obama is like doing
Anyways,
stuff and he like tries to dip like a
let's-
cookie in his milk and it doesn't fit and he goes, thanks,
Thanks,
Obama.
Obama.
All right,
Darcen,
so
go ahead.
Chad.
Okay.
Since Chad is very passionate, I want to hear what he has to say about this.
I've had thoughts about this for around a year. I even had a thumbnail for doing a video called Ethics of Emulation. Here it is right here. Here we go. I'll pop it on its side. I had a couple avatars made for like the Shut Up and Let Me talk about, but they didn't look similar to my actual like original avatar, so I just scrapped them. But I thought about doing something like this for a while because I have a lot of opinions on it. I never really got into emulators until around 3 years ago, and it's whenever I've always been a video game collector, but it's whenever I started getting really, really serious about collecting video games, finding hidden gems, etc. So whenever I started getting really passionate about doing some SNES games and like discovering some of those, I started downloading some ROMs and checking those out through OpenEmu. And that's what I just used. I plugged in my PS4 controller and just played them on there and found a bunch of games that I fell in love with. I found my favorite Super Nintendo game of all time through using ROMs through an emulator.
What's your favorite Super Nintendo game?
It is a game called The Adventures of Batman and Robin, and it is based off of the Batman animated series from the 90s, which is one of my favorite cartoons of all time. Look it up. It looks just like the cartoon if you ever watched it. Like just
Really?
like the cartoon. It's a side-scrolling. It's a platformer with action platformer. It is great.
And that's your favorite? Like
Mm-hmm.
even like Mario 64 or like any of the racing games on 64?
No, this is Super Nintendo I'm talking about.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the 64 for some reason.
No. I'm talking about the Super Nintendo.
Really? Out of 64? There's so many good 64 games.
Oh, my favorite N64 game's Ocarina. But just like the amount of hidden gems like I didn't even know about. Like I've played so many awesome games that I would have never found before by just continually trying stuff out. Like I really like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers SNES games. Those are really good beat 'em ups.
Yeah, those are good.
Go
Most of them
Power
are good.
Rangers.
Go Power Rangers. There's the Death and Return of Superman. That's a SNES game. It's a side-scrolling beat 'em up. Really good. I found a lot of really good. I'm into NES collecting now, and that's how I found my love for Ninja.
NES games are hard to find.
See, they
nowadays.
are. I found a big love for Ninja Gaiden. Like the first
The
three.
classic. I've always wanted to play the original.
The first three Ninja Gaidens are really tough, but like they're not really tough to me. Like they're challenging, but they're pretty fair. Like their controls are very tight, and anytime like you make a mistake, it's like totally on you, and then you have to learn and stuff. I found my love for the Ninja Gaiden games. I found one of my favorite, like top 3 favorite NES games of all time is a European Ghostbusters game called the New Ghostbusters 2, made by HAL Laboratory, and it's like a top-down, like,
Really?
like the original Pokemon, but
Yeah.
it's like it's rivals the PS3 Xbox 360 Ghostbusters game. Like, it is great. You guys should check it out.
I've heard so many good things about that game. I want to play it.
The one on NES is European only, but I imported the cart.
And you probably could have only been able to play it through emulation.
I only found it through emulation. See, like, the Ghostbusters games, all the Ghostbusters games on the NES sucked. But, like, except this one, and no one has ever talked about it before. I'm a big Ghostbusters fan, and I didn't even know about it.
That's the one thing I love about hidden gems, because there's so many great games out there that either nobody knows about or, like, the general public doesn't know about. And you kind of want to, like, as YouTubers, we want to, like, share that with the world.
Dude, my Nightmare Creatures 2 video, like, I was gushing about that game. I was like, why the heck has no one ever talked about how amazing this game is? I was almost pissed. I was like, why hasn't anybody told me about this before? It's perfect. And seriously, I found that through emulating PS1 games on OpenEmu. I heard Nightmare Creatures was good, and I saw that there were 2 of them, so I downloaded it, and I found that through emulation. From Russia with Love, the James Bond game on GameCube, that's my favorite James Bond game of all time. I made top 10 Visceral Games videos, top 10 Visceral Games, you know, like their video games. And I put that as number 2. Like, I fell in love with that through emulation. I found some of my favorite PS1 games of all time. I found some of, like, my new favorite N64 games. Like, there's this one I found like a week or 2 ago, and I'm gonna review it. And I found it through emulation. I got it on cartridge. It came in like a couple days ago, called Off-Road Challenge. It's like Cruisin' Exotica or Cruisin' USA, but like with like buggies and like dirt buggies and stuff. And I love that stuff. And like, it's just, I found all these great games through just trying out like different things. And I sort of have a policy about this, though. Even though I think emulation is sort of okay, I think it's only okay if there's no other way to like buy the game from the direct person. Say, like, I think it would be wrong if I emulated Siphon Filter, because on the PlayStation 3, that's available to purchase from Sony. Or if I emulated Super Mario Land. Nintendo offers several different versions of you to buy that through 3DS, you know, Wii U. And so, like, that's sort of like, I don't emulate what I can buy, you know, even though if I'm trying it out. And because I feel like that's wrong. But, like, have you ever heard of the game Little Samson?
Yeah.
That is one of the, if not the most hidden gem of all time. It came out late after the NES Lifetime. The SNES, I believe, was already out, and nobody really bought it. And it's the rarest NES game ever. But I played it through emulation, and man, that is one of the best NES like platformers I've ever played in my life. Graphically,
really? See, I haven't played it.
See, you should, but I'll look up right now how much it cost, like to do it through to do like an actual legit cart, and it's like $500 to $1,000. So, like, the only way I could play that right now is through emulation without busting out $500,000, you know, to $1,000. And there's like some stuff that's just going to be lost forever, but through emulation, people can find a love for it, you know, and it may be re-released one day, but right now people can find love through and like discover games through emulation. I'm currently discovering some games. Some PS1 games right now. I found a really good horror game I'm going to pick up in about a week or 2. Alien Resurrection. It's a first-person shooter on PS1. It's scary.
Wait, Thomas, don't you have that?
I reviewed I did review the Alien trilogy on the PlayStation 1, and it was terrible.
It's not that. The Alien trilogy is like a Doom clone. Alien Resurrection is a first-person horror shooter, and honestly,
I need to play that. I want to play every Alien game.
You're gonna review every Alien game.
I am. I want to review every Alien.
Wow.
So,
I love Aliens.
What I'd
much.
recommend is not watch any gameplay on it. Like, experience it for yourself, because I never did, and I just played it, and like it opens up, and like you're a little hurt or whatever, and you just feel your heartbeat, and the atmosphere is so good and so tense that like you don't know what's about to like hop out, and like nothing hops out, and you don't even face an alien for a little bit. But graphically, it's impressive. It sets great tone. It's really good, and I just randomly started playing it. Like I would have never picked that up. I'm just gonna go through like a couple more that I fell in love with that I've got in front of me right now.
Yeah.
Like weird enough, really weird. Have you ever heard of the movie Apocalypse with Bruce Willis?
Yeah, I actually have.
No.
There was a PS1 game, and weirdly enough, it's like a shooter, not like a first-person shooter or a third-person shooter. It's like not a shmup. But it kind of is. You control the DualShock, not the DualShock, just the regular PS1 controller. You know, your directional buttons or whatever. But you can only fire. You can fire with 4 buttons. If you're pressing X, you're firing behind you. But if you're moving forward or moving sideways, if you're moving forward, you need to press triangle to shoot, or like circle if you're moving to the side. And the shooting's really fast. It's got really great. It's really tight, and I've just found so many really cool games through emulation that I would have never looked at. Like I would have never looked. There's a TurboGrafx 16 game I checked out called Shockman, and it was I found it through emulation. It's like a Mega Man clone, but it's great. Like it's really great. There's a you ever heard of Parasite Eve?
Yeah, of course.
There's a PSP game called The Third Birthday, and it was like a third-person shooter of Parasite Eve, and I found that through emulation that I would have never checked out.
I have heard of Third Birthday, yeah.
See, I never did, and I was just like, what is this? I was like, this doesn't even make any sense. But I found so many awesome hidden gems through actually just discovering things through emulation, but a lot of people are different from me. You know, I'm a game collector. I'm a game enthusiast. I spend all my time, all my money on video game things, and that's like, it's my life. It's just what it is. So whenever I play a game, or I try out a game, or I download a game to through emulation or a ROM, I do it to check out if I like it, try it out, and whenever I do try one out, and if I do like it, I buy it. I add it to I have an Amazon wish list of GBA games, GameCube games, Wii U games that I want to pick up that I've tried. So I'm different from everybody else. A lot of people do it just so they don't have to. Just so they don't have to pay for like the older games and stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like there aren't a lot of people out there like that anymore. So I think everyone has sort of been okay with emulation nowadays. Like it's just a thing. It is legal. Like Darcen said earlier, it's like if
you said it's legal?
No. Like what I was about to say, I don't know how like illegal it is. It is technically illegal, but sort of everyone's just been
I feel like it's kind of in a bit of a gray, almost a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like if it is, you can't. It's like really hard to catch anyone doing it, and it's also, I feel like it's similar along the lines of like downloading songs off of YouTube and like,
yeah.
I haven't really gotten a solid answer on whether or not that's illegal or not. Not that I do it. I use Spotify. I love Spotify, but yeah.
I like you mentioned earlier, were we recording? Yeah, we were recording. You were just like about the cart. Like you think it's legal if you have the cart or like the actual game to emulate it. Yeah. Like I've heard people say, you know, this, and I've heard people say like that about it, but there's no like clear answers or really clear laws that I've ever seen that are very strict about emulation. There's always been like people just back and forth like, yeah, this is right, or no, this is wrong. I think it comes down to the person. Since I'm a game collector, I'll emulate something that I'm trying to like try out or discover, or maybe get an idea for a review, or need to do some footage or something like that. But a lot of people do it for free, and I think or just because they can play a free game, I think that's wrong. But emulation, I think you should have your own ethics, and I think you should follow the ethics of me. If you're trying it out, you know, totally cool. But if you have a way to buy it from the actual company, like Sony or Nintendo, I think that's wrong if you're doing that anyway.
Mm-hmm. All right. Any closing thoughts, guys? Because we're gonna have to cut it a little short today because we got a lot of filming stuff we need to do before.
I just wanted to say that I think emulation is very healthy, and I think it needs to be sort of embraced a little bit more for the fact of like preserving older games that will and can get lost to time. And
I agree.
Little Samson, if it wasn't like through emulation and ROMs, it would have been lost to time. And if you guys have an emulator, an NES emulator, that's basically the only way you can play it. It's a fantastic game. I would love to have like a reproduction card of it, but even those are like really expensive. So like I think you should follow the ethics of me. If you're a game connoisseur or like collector or something, and you want to try out some stuff, or are curious about something, or need to, just anything like that, with the intent on buying it, if you like it, I think that's okay. But if you're doing it for malicious intent, such as like, oh, I'm just doing it for free or whatever like that, I think that's wrong. And I think a lot of people agree with that. So I think emulation is healthy for the video game industry to preserve. I think a lot of people need to think about that a little bit more. I do understand where the laws come in about it, but it's but that's my feelings on it. I would love if anyone, got this far about me rambling about it. I would love to hear what you think about it. Fabian from GamerThumb TV is him and I.
I'm
Oh.
trying to get Fox. Darcen, tell him to be quiet.
Quiet.
Him and I have talked about emulation all the time, and how it's really good since we're reviewers. And sometimes that's the best way to record gameplay for something or for a review. Or so he's very passionate on that.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to bring up earlier on.
Yeah,
playing that for like recording purposes, because I have to do that. Not necessarily emulate, but like also like when I get DS games and stuff. Like I would love to review some DS games, but there's almost no way to record for DS unless you like send in your DS to like China and for like a month and have them implant something.
It's so crazy how expensive 3DS and DS capture cards are.
Why though? I feel like there's got to be a better way. Like every time I look it up, I'm like, how do you record a 3DS? And it's like, do all this, and I'm like, okay, but like, how do I really do that? Because like, there's no way like I'm gonna do.
Or
that.
you could
like,
just buy this for $500. It's like no way I'm doing that. But yeah, I think I would love for him to comment in here. I would love for anyone else to comment their thoughts. I'll hop in there, have a discussion with you. Love to pick your brain because that's something I'm very passionate about. Thomas, you never mentioned what you thought about it, so I'm gonna zip it and let you talk.
I never really experienced emulation, as I said before, so I don't really have much to say on the matter. But right now, we actually are like running low on time, so I'm gonna hop right into the video game, the game we have for today.
I just wanted to make a quick note. I kind of look like a floating head at this point.
You do.
You are a floating head.
Yeah, we started like in the light, and then it just kind of like shifted.
Ooh. Okay, sorry.
Anyways, all right. What was the game?
All right, so this game, we actually recorded this earlier, this episode, and my audio was messed up again. I know, but the game was Video Game Mad Libs, and it was a blast.
Oh no,
we had so much fun. So I wrote another Video Game Mad Lib for you guys to play, and afterwards I'm gonna read the ones that we had last time, because they turned out pretty well.
Little Samson NES boxed 100% authentic, $1,800 bid. Little Samson Nintendo NES new sealed mint gold VGA 85 plus super rare grill, $30,000.
Dang.
There's like here it is, $3,000, $3,500, $2,500. There's a reproduction.
Yeah, we need to
hold on. There's a reproduction for $100, and that's the cheapest I see it.
Oh my goodness!
So that's how intense it is to find the hard thing. Okay, do the game.
Okay. Chad, I need a character's name
your
for
mom.
a video game. All right, your mom.
No,
no, I'm literally your mom.
No, hold on. I actually want to give an answer.
Okay.
All right.
Faith. She's from Mirror's Edge. It's fresh in my mind.
Darcen, I need another character's name from a video game.
Another character's name. Conquer.
All right.
Did you ever play that
Chad.
Xbox remake of Conquer?
No.
It's really good.
You
should check it out.
Xbox.
Chad, I need an adjective.
All right, Thomas. We can't be running that low on time.
We're not that low. I'm just like
I'm looking at it right now.
I'm like stressed out. No, we're at like 40 minutes.
Yeah,
but like I'm like
fine.
stressing out because there's like still a lot of stuff I got to do today, and like one of the things.
Stress less, baby.
All right, we're good.
All right, take a breath. Take a breath.
Adjective.
Are you okay now?
Chad, I'm good. Chad, I need an adjective.
New.
What?
New.
New? Okay. Okay. Darcen, I need a video game animal.
Pick a Goron.
Is it Goron?
Wait, no, that's not an animal.
I was
That's
gonna
not
say, I
animal.
don't think that's an animal. Pikachu.
Solid pick. Wouldn't have thought
All
about
right,
that.
that works. Fates, Pikachu.
By the way, all right, I'm gonna try out all of these games. I keep looking at them now. I'm gonna try all these games. I'm gonna bring them back on the next podcast and tell you what I think about each of them.
Nice. All right. Chad, I need a verb ending in ing.
Thrusting.
Oh no. I actually need one with an S, so I'm gonna put thrusts.
Perfect. I'm playing
All right.
to Darcen here. Everything
What
else
do you
will
mean
be
you're
dirty
playing
for
a
the
dark? Hey.
No, I'm playing to his
What is?
to
What
his
is?
dirtiness.
Hey, that
he's
was
a
when I
dirty
was
boy.
playing. No, I was playing a ton
He
of
is a dirty boy.
Bayonetta. Area.
Okay, yeah.
I think that affected it a little bit.
Okay.
I hate that our old video or that last video was lost to time.
Yeah.
because
I know, it was so good.
We're
God.
dying. My face hurt. Darcen was like off the screen laughing, and that made me laugh more. And it was amazing.
It was so bad. You guys, I'm excited to like tell you guys like what that one was. I hope this one's gonna be good too. But I had to write this one in short notice, so it's not them. Darcen, I need a noun.
A noun. Watch. Like a watch. Like a watch.
Okay. Oh, like okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess. Chad, I need another noun.
Darn. Cabinet.
Okay. Conquer. Okay. Darcen, I need an adjective.
Adjective. Moist.
Oh my god! This is terrible. Darcen, that works too well. Okay. Okay. Okay, I need an adjective, Chad.
An adjective. Darcen, what was the last thing that you used?
I said
Use
moist.
moist.
Oh, man, that was the first thing that came to my mind. I wasn't even paying attention. Adjective. Dusty.
Dusty.
Ooh.
All right.
I don't like that.
Darcen's just like, I don't like it. I'm
Unless
not
it's-
comfortable with that.
Unless it's some old furniture, I don't want to hear about your dustiness.
Ooh, you're right. I'm agree. Darcen, I need a verb.
A verb.
Say something dirty.
Don't say something dirty.
No, say something dirty. It
Brush.
makes the podcast more fun.
Brunch.
Brush.
Brush. Okay.
Chad.
Okay. Chad, I need a body part.
Penis.
Are we really going with penis?
Yeah.
Chad, are we really going with penis? Because I will do it if you want to. We could change it though. Also.
Yeah, we should. This is fun.
We're doing penis?
Yeah, it's the only time.
All
It's the only
right.
time we're being dirty. Okay. It's the only
Okay,
time.
Darcen, I need an
let
adjective.
loose.
I need an adverb.
An adverb
Yes.
that ends in ly.
Yes.
Quickly.
Quickly. Oh.
I love the voice he makes. Oh! And then what?
I know what's gonna happen.
Are you supposed to be using that voice that you saw? Hey, girl, how you doing?
Hey girl, how you doing? My voice changes a lot. When I'm not being serious. When I'm serious, I'm like, hey guys, this is super serious.
And
when
then
I'm
when
like,
he's not, when he's not serious, he's like,
I'm Thomas.
I've been review every Alien game ever, and every Sonic game, and every game on the Genesis collection, and every
my
Persona
goodness.
game.
It's gonna be fun. It's
How's it
fun.
going
It's
with
fun.
all those? Because I haven't seen a video in a while. Thomas, I haven't seen a video in a while.
I have. I'm working on them right now. I'm actually working on two videos right now where I'm actually working on a video where I'm reviewing every Guitar Hero, and I'm working on my video where I review every Persona. So suck it, Chad.
So I've been
I need an advert.
continually like making lists. I was like, this is an idea for a top 10. Hold on, I'm talking. I've always just been like, I'll just do like, you know, start gathering lists for like, this is a top 10 PS2 games. Dude, Guitar Hero 2 is like number 2 or 3. It's like that high. I'm a hardcore
It's so
Guitar Hero
good.
guy. So good. All right, what do you need from me?
Adverb.
Describe adverb again.
It ends in ly.
Ly. Yeah, it's like a sweetly did this, or like usually like describes like what you were doing, like a verb.
Oh, like he ran quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Trying to think of something that's discreetly.
Oh boy. What are you doing discreetly over there?
Darcen, I need a verb.
Oh, not
Darcen,
me. I don't know. You'll never know.
I need a verb ending in ing. Discreetly.
Almost fell on my chair.
There's so many things I could do with this.
That's what she said. I hope my parents never watch this.
It's like, Chad, we need to talk.
Squirting.
Why? Okay, Chad, I need a body part.
Oh god.
Penis. No. So like, I just
Just for the past 3 words, I know this is gonna be terrible.
armpit.
Ew.
Does that count?
Armpit.
Does
Yep.
armpit count?
That's
Yep,
the body
okay.
part.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Okay, so Pikachu. Okay, now, Darcen, I need a verb ending in ed.
Chad is laughing over there.
I'm just thinking of so many things. This is gonna be the best day ever. I'm so excited.
Wow.
A verb that ends in ed.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. What's the right? Like, it's on the tip of my tongue right now. Hold on. We'll just go with like licked.
Licked. All right. Chad, we have 2 more. One, I needed an adjective.
Okay. Shiny.
Shiny.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What is shiny?
Now last one, Darcen. I need a verb ending in ed.
I gotta make.
Darcy always gets the good ones, which I like. He's
What do
more
you got?
creative than I am.
Yes.
Oiled.
Okay. Are we ready? Are we ready?
Chad goes ah.
Are we ready? All right. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh boy.
One day, Faith decided she wanted to go on a picnic with Conker, but Faith thought it might be a little weird, so she decided to bring her pet Pikachu. Faith's Pikachu was also sick with the thrusts.
What?
Gets me
But
every
they-
time.
But she thought it would be fine. She was wrong.
What's wrong?
Oh god. She thought it'd be fine.
Ooh, she wrong.
She
girl.
was- she was
That girl wrong.
They both decided to have a picnic at the watch cabinet. Conker thought this was a date, so he was super moist when he got there.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
It fit, you were right. It fit so good.
It did.
It
Faith
hurts
could tell
how good it fit. That's what she said.
Faith could tell something was very dusty, so to lighten the mood, so to lighten the mood, she decided to brush her penis quickly.
Oh
What have
Once
you
again.
done?
I'm dying.
What?
This is way better than the last one.
Once again, Conqueror took this as a sign of love, so he tried to impress her by discreetly squirting his armpit.
Ew.
Yummy.
At that exact moment, the Pikachu licked all over the both of them.
Oh no!
That's bad.
This obviously made things shiny.
I mean,
So they both... I mean, yeah, I guess it obviously made things shiny. So they both went home and oiled for the rest of the day.
Oh my
The end.
god.
oh no! Oh god!
What was the last one? It was like we did 2 of the deleted podcast.
Were you gonna read them?
Yeah, I'm gonna read the ones we did last time.
Oh, is it the gathering hole?
Yeah, the gathering.
That was the best thing ever.
Okay, I'm gonna read them both though, really quickly before
yeah.
we go. Okay, one day Zelda built up the nerve to finally ask out her crush, Arms the Fox. They both decided to go to the mall to parkour. While there, Zelda spent most of his time climaxing his head into the. Wait. It says it. Well, okay. Well, there, Zelda spent most of her time climaxing her head into Arms the Fox. Arms the Fox found this very hairy. After they both walked around uncomfortably for 24 minutes, they stumbled upon the Blue Shell store. Upon entering, the couple was surprised to see that Cade 6 was there also. Well, that's touching, said Zelda, because Zelda and Cade 6 were supposed to cycle today. But Zelda blew him off. When Cade 6 saw them, he blurted out, well, you know what they say, it's been a hot minute. After a long laugh, the trio went to go get some chicken strips and had a lovely time. So that one was a lot less intense.
Not as bad. Not
this next one, though, was...
This next one is gold, and I wish people could have...
It's okay, they're going to hear it right now.
You're right.
Here we go. In the days of old, all of the Dodongos in Hookah would gather at the old finishing hole and stroke each other until the wee hours of the morning.
That's what it was. I was trying to explain it to Allie. I was like, I don't know how to explain this to you. But
the finishing hole.
We were stroking at a finishing hole, and that's all I can tell you. And she's like, I don't know what goes on there.
One day, a little hookah named Soda the Wet decided that he wanted to give out presents during this event. So he gathered some picture frames and mushrooms and downed them together. The next day, when the hookah and the Dodongos gathered at the finishing hole, Soda the Wet gave out his presents to all the other creatures. To Soda the Wet's and the Dodongos and Hookah's surprise, everyone took them and penetrated them roughly.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that part.
Soda the Wet was so crusty that he reversed everyone's slides.
Oh man.
This was how the first Christmas began. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to today's podcast. Please let us know in the comments for any games you want us to play in the future and also anything you want us to talk about. Darcen didn't get kicked off the podcast this time. That's
I did not.
sad.
No.
We're gonna have to kick him off
guys
twice
didn't
next time.
I like how you guys didn't mention the fact that I wasn't wearing a hat today.
No, that is your hat. Your hat
Thomas
is that
too
you
busy.
weren't wearing
Thomas
a hat.
had Thomas just had to go. He just had to keep going.
We had to go. We
It's so busy.
had to keep going.
We can't
It's
talk
so
about
busy.
your hat. We can't talk about Thomas had to go. Quick. We're on low on time. Come on, guys.
Shut up, Chad. I'm a busy man.
But the man.
I'm a busy man. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I love
everybody.
you. I love you. I love you.
Love you. Love you all.